What's good, YouTube? 5.7L Hemi here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on my Diablo T1000 for my '06 Dodge Charger RT. And this is pretty much the life of my car. I'm going to go over some of the features of it, um, and just talk a little bit about the benefits of having it. All right, so here we go. Having a Diablo T1000, you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can change your shift points. You can modify your stock tune. You can do 0 to 60 time trials. You can do eighth mile, quarter mile. You can do it by the drag tree or motion start, however you want to do it. It's also a diagnostic scan tool as well. So I guess I'll start first with the racing mode. All right, and those of you who are on my channel that follow me, I did a 0 to 60 run and an eighth mile run for RT Life. Shout out to RT Life. Here we go with racing mode, and this is a touch screen too, by the way, and it also has buttons on the side where I can navigate it up and down with the buttons. So here's 0 to 60, 0 to 100. It has the eighth mile and the quarter mile. My best 0 to 60 so far would be a 4.09. My best eighth mile so far with it would be a 7.76. Haven't done a quarter mile yet or a 0 to 100, but this is how the 0 to 60 would look. Or let's do the eighth mile instead. So you just touch it. It's going to ask you, do you want to do it basically off of the drag tree or the motion start? So I can go to drag tree, and it'll be just like at the track. Basically, there it goes, and it's, counting. Of course, I'm not moving, so it's not going to do nothing. So let's exit out of that. I'm just showing you guys what it do. Alright, now let's do that eighth mile again with a motion start. And what that means is it'll start recording my time as soon as my car moves forward. Alright. It's pretty cool features that it has 0 to 60. I've done mine off of the motion start. Leaves no room for error unless you spin out. And here we go with motion start. 0 to 60 time trial. So let's exit out of here. Let's go back. I'm going to show you the diagnostics. It'll show trouble codes. It'll clear the trouble codes. Select the trouble code and press enter for more information. Let's see, I got a throttle pedal position sensor circuit. And that's the code right there that is reading. Don't know why. I have no check engine lights on, but I'll look into this one day. Let's show you guys the logging. Alright, so this is very important for you guys who use a custom tune or do dyno tunes or email tunes. You would go into logging. You can do your logging on here. And I use Hemi Fever for all of my tuning needs. I have several different tunes through Hemi Fever. I'll get into that a little later. Alright, so I can create a new log. And the way that works, you just select it, and then he has me doing different tunes, So this is a tune that he has me doing my data logs with. When I email him back the tune, it'll be based off of the knock retard, spark cylinder 1, base spark, RPMs, mile per hour, engine coolant temperature, P ratio. So I'm gonna just go back out of this. Let's go back. Next thing that this is pretty good for is monitoring. You have gauges on here. You can create your own gauges. And this thing comes with preloaded gauges. For example, the 0506 Diablo gauge, it shows my miles per hour. The sparks in cylinder 1, the degrees of timing, map pressure, my RPMs, I'm at around 600 RPMs or so, get a little rev. So it's pretty cool. And if I don't like this layout, I can select different ones, or I can create my own. Let's see. There's this one. I like this one pretty good. It has the RPMs of miles per hour, engine cooler temperature, air charge temperature, my oil pressure. Then it has it in the digital format. Then it also has it this way too. And these are preloaded onto the Diablo. Pedal position. So it's pretty cool. Let's see, let's go back into monitoring. And you can create your own gauges. So for example, gauges 1 and 2, I created these myself. I kind of like this layout. I like to know my engine coolant temperature, my oil pressure, my trans oil temp, my battery voltage. Yeah, but you can create your own gauges if you like. And this thing pretty much there's a gauge for every single thing you can think of. So instead of going to buy gauges and install them yourself the old-fashioned way, if you get the Diablo T1000, it's pretty much an all-in-one. Last but least, I will show you guys the performance. So I go into performance, and there's a disclaimer. I'm going to agree to it, of course. And this is the fun stuff right here. Alright, so we have the Diablo tunes that come preloaded onto the T1000. You have the custom tunes, which I have several of those. Then you have your quick adjust. I'm running a Diablo tune right now, the 93 octane cold air intake performance tune. I'm going to show you guys a little bit about that in a second here. So here it is. This, like I say, come with the performance 93 octane tune, performance cold air intake tune, which that's what I'm running now, a mile per gallon booster tune. And if you're running 91 octane with a cold air intake, you got this tune. Then you have your performance if you're running 91 with no cold air intake, and then a mildly stock tune, or you can modify your stock tune. Then of course the original backup, because in order for the Diablo to load onto your car, the Diablo have to save a file of your stock tune, which would be your original backup, and you can restore it back to stock as you need. So let's go to Diablo tunes, and let's say that I'm gonna go with the performance cold air intake 93 octane tune. Now I'm gonna choose it. Let's say I wanted to change the vehicle speed limiter. Alright, so I'm gonna modify the tune. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna modify parameters. And of course I can set my cooling fans with the AC on to come on at certain degrees with the AC off. I can adjust the idle, the MDS, and for those of you who might not know what that is, that's the cylinder deactivation mode. That's kind of annoying sometimes. You can completely turn it off with this feature right here. It's just simple as hitting on and off or cancel. So I'm going to cancel in my case. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to oh yeah, you also have here it is, your rev and speed limits, your throttle. This Diablo T1000 has a throttle booster on it. Tire size, that's in case if you're one of the guys running bigger rims and tires on your car, you can adjust that. So let's go to rev and speed limits. Alright, let's go to vehicle speed limiter. Now I have mine set at 170. That's if I'm really fixing to pull on somebody, I can of course make it go up a little higher if I want. So let's go a little faster here. You can bump it up to 180. And the fastest that this thing will allow my car to go is 190 miles per hour. It's pretty fast. 180, 170, 60. And I can of course touch it right here and bring it down even more. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this out. Of course, like I said, I set mine at around 170 just in case I'm going to give somebody the business. And let's see here. I'm going to show you guys the throttle booster that it has. If you want, and I have mine set at 10% throttle boost right now, but I can make it really, really sensitive, so it's by whenever I tap the gas, the car's ready to take off. Of course, when I'm racing at the track, which I'm about to do shortly, I'll bump it all the way up to 20%. And it goes to 20% maximum. So, of course, 0 minimum. Alright. What else can I do here? Another thing that I do, you can turn your traction control off. Transmission, that's pretty important for those of us who race your car. The stock shift points on a 5.7 Charger, I believe, is around 5,500 RPMs. I can, of course, increase mine, of course. And I have, let's see. Before I get into that, we have axle ratio. Those of, of course, I'm planning on upgrading my rear end to 306 gears. I still have the stock gears in the car now, and they're the 282 final drive gear ratio. I can of course change that easily up to a 306, and it goes all the way up to about, yeah, I can put some major gears in here if I really wanted to. But I mean, it's as simple as swapping your rear end and going into the computer and changing it from 282 or whatever you're running to the new gears that you want to run. So it's just that easy with a Diablo. Let's see, shift firmness, and of course I've increased mine because I like when I scratch from first to second to third gear, and of course I can put it back on stock. But I run my car pretty hard sometimes, so I like that scratch when it goes from first to second, Let's see. Shift points. I can change my shift points, like I say. I can run them at the stock 55, 5700, or I can go to 6000 or 6400 RPMs. Those of you with a 6.1 Charger Challenger Magnum Chrysler 300, you'd want to go with the 6400 shift points. It makes a huge difference. Of course, I'm running mine's about 6000. With my custom tune, I'm really running mine at about 6200 RPMs on my shift points. Wide open throttle fuel, wide open throttle spark. Let's see. I'm not going to install the tune because I've already installed it now. And of course the engine would have to be off in order to install the tune. The engine has to be running when you're going into these functions though, because it won't let you get into the racing mode and the monitoring and stuff. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, this thing is a major game changer when it comes to performance. Like, with a Diablo T1000 with a custom tune, I'm gonna get at least around 30 to 45 horsepower just out of this, especially running a custom tune. So there you have it. That's a little quick review of my Diablo T1000. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys at the track, and I'm out.